Hi guys, this is gsnom.com and I'm here with the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. I know it's a mouthful, but here we are. This is the fall flagship that Samsung has launched recently on August 5th. So this is quite a powerful phone, but also familiar in some regards. So this is an unboxing and some hands-on impressions about this big handset. And when I say big, I mean truly big. Luckily, we have the brand new hue, the Mystic Bronze, and when I was mentioning big, I'm talking about a 6.9-inch smartphone. It's hefty, but it's somehow easier to wield than the Galaxy S20 Ultra. Now, we're still in the pre-order period, and in some parts of the world, you should be getting Galaxy Buds Live headphones and maybe a special Xbox Game Pass and a crazy amount of games. Okay, this also inaugurates the brand new Gorilla Glass Victus on the back and Gorilla Glass Victus on the front as well, but it's an unboxing, so let's get back to the phone and the insides of the box. I'm going to fire up the device, put it aside for now, and remind you that the price tag should be around $1,400 in some countries, which is quite hefty for a smartphone in a period of economic uncertainty. Okay, so inside the box we have the metal key used to access the slots. And the Note 20 Ultra, unlike the Note 20, has a micro SD card slot. We have a quick start guide here. We should also get a warranty. Okay. Always easier to pull out than to put it back in. Talking about the manual here. And here we go. Now, back to the actual box. Here we have the charger, which is a bit of a letdown if you ask me. It's only a 25-watt charger. It promises super fast charging. Actually, super is only 25 watts in this case. It has an USB-C connector. Further, and this is the area where I reminded myself we have a test unit in this little box, which should have a special pair of pliers used to remove the S Pen tip and replace it. Well, it's empty because we have a test unit. Otherwise, you should have the replacement tips. This is the cable. It goes from USB-C to USB-C, hooks up to the connector here and to the brand new PCs which have the USB-C port. And we have headphones as well. You can see them here with some replacement tips. They're tuned by AKG as it's written here, and they should be pretty similar to the ones that we got with the Galaxy S20 series. And of course they have an USB-C connector as well, because the handset, as you probably come to expect, lacks an audio jack. Okay, so we're pretty much done with the unboxing. Time for the first impressions regarding the handset. Okay, so it's big. There's no getting around it. It's quite big, but somehow I feel it's easier to wield than both the Galaxy S20 Ultra and also the Galaxy Note 10 Plus before it. It feels more sober, more serious on account of how angular the camera is. The top side is flat, the bottom side is flat, and the only curves are placed on the sides. Now the screen is actually curved, but not in a huge amount. So there is Gorilla Glass Victus at the front side, there is Gorilla Glass Victus at the back side, and in between them we have a stainless steel frame. Now this handset here is quite hefty. I'm not going to bore you with measurements. The thing is that I can actually use it and hold it in my hand without feeling that it's heavy. The weight is very well distributed, I can tell you that much. It's IP68 certified, and the screen I keep mentioning here, the 6.9-incher is a Dynamic AMOLED with a resolution of 3088 over 1440 pixels, and it also has the brand new refresh rate inaugurated by the Galaxy S20 this year, 120 Hz. The default version here, which you're going to see, is the adaptive one. Basically, adaptive offers you smoother animations, 120 Hz refresh rate, but only on a Full HD resolution. If you switch to 60 Hz, you switch to Quad HD resolution. Inside the handset, you should be able to find the Exynos 990 CPU, at least in Europe, where we are right now. The Americans will be lucky enough to get a new Snapdragon 865 Plus. There's 12 gigs of RAM, and storage is UFS 3.1, goes from 128 gigs up to 512 gigs, plus micro SD. Okay, so the battery may feel like a bit of a bummer for some people. It's a 4500 mAh. All of us wanted it to be 5000. At least you have wireless charging and also reverse charging. You put your device on the back side and it charges up. On the camera side, not much has changed. We still have a selfie camera cut in the middle of the screen, 10 megapixel shooter with 4K video capture. At the back side, things are quite different from the Note 10 Plus from last year. So this is the special laser mechanism, the laser focus. This is the LED flash. Here we have the periscope 12 megapixel camera, which is used to take 5x optical zoom and up to 50x digital zoom. This is the main 108 megapixel camera with optical image stabilization. And from what I know, this is the 12 megapixel ultra wide shooter. So that's the setup that we're getting. You can shoot video in 8K, and this time you can also shoot video in a cinematic version. So let's go like this. Okay, and if you go to Pro Video, you should probably notice that we have more options now. So Pro Video is here, and if you press here, you can see 21:9 8K, which is new, and also new is the acoustic section. So you can record the video omnidirectionally, front microphone, rear microphone, USB microphone, and even Bluetooth microphone, and decrease or increase your decibels. Once again, this is a new feature. Speaking of new features, we also have a single take, which has been expanded with more features and can last up to 15 seconds now. That's basically everything that's new in the camera department. Aside from the camera, we're getting dual speakers here. We get a fingerprint scanner embedded in the screen, and as you can see, it's quite snappy. This time around, Samsung got it right. Okay, so there's also 5G, of course. There's Wi-Fi 6, there's USB-C 3.1, there's Bluetooth 5.0. At the top side, we got the card slot. At the bottom side, you can see the speaker, the USB-C, and the S Pen slot has been moved from the right to the left on this generation. And if you pull it out, you'll see that it matches the color choice, the Mystic Bronze of the device. Okay, so the core features of the S Pen are the same, only the latency is much better now. It's 90 milliseconds. The predecessor had around 40 milliseconds. The Note 20 has 26. This one, 9 milliseconds. It's truly a testimony to the whole pen on paper thing. So I'm going to write here, "Hi guys." And there's a new option which can straighten your text, as it did here. We have text recognition, and another novelty is the ability to save as a PDF PowerPoint file, and you can also annotate on PDFs and change PDFs to PowerPoints and PowerPoints to PDFs. That's only one example. Okay, some other new features related to the stylus. We have new control gestures, which frankly speaking are pretty well done this time around. I always complain about them, but this time they're growing on me. Okay, so S Pen, air actions. So these are the 5 new ones. So let me try out back. So it's like a V in the air, and I went back. And if I want to do a screen write, I simply scribble in the air, and that's it. And now I can write, I can draw whatever I want here. So I only show you 2 gestures. You can also do recents like this. So I can go back to multitasking. As you can see, it's quite efficient, and aside from getting rid of these buttons here with swipe gestures, you can also get rid of them with this stylus. And we're barely scratching the surface. We're running on Android 10, One UI 2.5. We got here the Today view, the aggregator, which replaces the Bixby aggregator from before. There's still Bixby as the assistant. What else? Well, I think it's time that we showed you our website, so you know what we're dealing with here. Now, the handset has been out for about a week now. We should be on pre-order in most parts of the world. People are getting excited. Only the fact that the price is high makes it a bummer. Aside from that, it's a quite appealing offering, and it's got to be the best proportioned Galaxy Note in years, because it simply doesn't slip from the hand. It's comfy, and in spite of having a big camera, it doesn't protrude in a huge amount. Okay, so this has been it from gsno.com. This has been the first impression, the first contact with the device. I think I covered all the basics. For more, stay tuned for the full review. Bye bye.